Good afternoon, children. Welcome to my virtual class. I'm your Tulika ma'am, and I'll be continuing with the chapter The Glimpses of India, Part 3. And today, I'll be taking up the third part, that is about the tea from Assam. Now, children, I think you have enjoyed the other two parts. First was a baker from Goa, and the second was the Kurg. And after reading Kurg, you must have planned for a journey or tour to Kurg, and now you will be planning a journey to Assam also. Right? Now, when the name of the state Assam, what things flashes in front of you? Nowadays, Assam is capturing the news headlines, isn't it? Because of the floods, isn't it? What more? Assam is famous for the tea gardens, isn't it? And what? The sanctuaries, rhino sanctuaries, isn't it? Famous for rhino. And the resources, the green resource, isn't it? Now, in this chapter, we will be studying about two boys, right? They were not naughty, they were good boys. These two boys, Pranjal and Rajveer, they were classmates. Both of them, after in their summer break, they planned to visit Pranjal's house. Pranjal used to stay in Assam. His father was a manager in a tea garden estate, right, in upper part of Assam. Both of these two children, they were traveling in a train, and wonderfully they have shared their experience in the lines of the chapter. You would really feel at times that you are really in the train. Now, children, we have the air, we do travel in air, but you know, maza to train mein hi aata hai, isn't it? We find the vendors coming in, people pushing in and pushing out and adjusting themselves with the things. Arey, meri saman yahan rakhna hai, meri saman wahan rakhna hai. All these things, yeah, pulling and pushing, and the child crying, isn't it? And the vendors coming in, chai, garam, chai, jhal muri, isn't it? These things really we enjoy. Though nowadays we all prefer flying or traveling, we do fly to just to have a control over the time, because we are all rushing with time. So for that we avoid going the train journeys, and the trains are so lately scheduled and all. For that we prefer the flights, but train journeys really we enjoy, and we were again going to enjoy today with these two children, Pranjal and Rajveer. So Rajveer was going with Pranjal to Assam to visit the tea gardens. Pranjal's father was the manager of one tea estate at the upper part of Assam. Right, children? Now, tea gardens. We would also come to know the legendary stories counting the tea. Chai, yes, it has many legendary stories which are showcased in this chapter. It is said that the Chinese emperor, he had an habit of boiling the water before, when he used to drink or eat something, he used to have boiling water before that. And while he was once boiling, well, it's not he, his servants were boiling the water, some twigs from the tree fell into the water, and it gave wonderful aroma. And from then, the drinking of tea came in vogue. There is another legendary story. Once a Buddhist monk, he went for meditation, right? And he fell asleep. Now, when he woke up, he became very angry on himself, right? What he did, he cut his eyelids and dropped it on the ground. And from the eyelids, the tea plants grew. The leaves of those plants, when were boiled in water, it gave an aroma, wonderful aroma. Not only that, children, it disappeared sleep also. So, याद आ रहा है? मम्मी बोलते हैं नींद भगाना है तो चाय पियो, isn't it? So, from there, these stories came up. We are going to read about such legendary stories from this chapter. We are going to read about the experiences of Rajbir and Pranjal in this chapter. And so, all of you join me with my PPTs. I'll be sharing my PPTs. Transfer your phone in landscape mode. So, the chapter Glimpses of India Part 3 by Arup Kumar Datta, or we say it Arup Kumar Datta, right? Now, about the author. He is an Indian writer and journalist based on Guwahati in Assam. He has written 16 books for adults and 17 adventure novels for young people. In 2014, he was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Honor by Association of Writers and Illustrators for Children. New Delhi, the Indian chapter, the International Board of Books for Young People. He has also won numerous awards, including the Shankars Award in 1979, conferred to mark the International Year of the Child. He has been awarded the Civilian Award, the Padma Shri, by Government of India in 2018. Now the introduction of the chapter. The lesson is about two friends, Pranjal and Rajveer, who are traveling to Pranjal's hometown, Assam, for the summer vacation. Assam is known as the tea country. It has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. During their journey, they discussed about the various legends that are known to have discovered tea. The story tells us about the popularity of tea as a beverage. The value points of the story. Tea is really very popular beverage in India. You can hear the vendors shouting chai garam, garam chai at every railway station. How do they say? Garam chai, garam, isn't it? More than 80 crores of cups of teas are drunk every day throughout the world. It was green everywhere, and Rajveer had never seen so much of greenery before. Why? Because Rajveer was from Delhi. Right. The landscape changed and the tea bushes took the place of green paddy fields. A sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eyes could go. Assam has the largest concentration of plantation in the world. No one really knows who discovered tea. There are legends, but those are not definite. Legends are not to be believed, isn't it? One Chinese legend says that a few leaves of twigs burning under the pot fell into the boiling water. The leaves gave it a delicious flavor, and they were the Tea leaves. Words like Thai and Thine are from the Chinese language. According to an Indian legend, an ancient Buddhist ascetic cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditation. 10 tea plants grew out of his eyelids. Rajveer saw acre upon acre of tea bushes, and nearly all of them were neatly pruned to same height. Children, have you seen a tea garden? Yes? Groups of tea pluckers. Now, tea pluckers, they have a basket hang. The basket is tied on their forehead. They pluck the tea leaves, the tender leaves, and they throw it at the back. Okay. The group of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets or at the backs were plucking newly sprouted leaves, the tender leaves. Okay. A tractor was pulling a trailer load of leaves. Rajveer asked Pranjal's father if it was the second flush or sprouting period. The sprouting periods last from May to July, and this period yields the best tea. Right, children? Now we will start the paragraph explanation. For that, please get referred to your textbooks, or those who are not having the textbooks, nothing to get worried. I'll be sharing the PDF. The scene is set on a train station where a tea vendor asks two friends if they would like to buy some freshly made hot tea. ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, गरम चाय दे, एक कप दे, in that way. Okay. They decide to have 2 cups of tea, joining almost everyone else in the compartment. With this, Pranjal highlights the fact that almost 80 crore cups of tea are consumed every day throughout the world. While Rajveer remains surprised on listening to it, indeed tea is a popular beverage all over the world. So what comes next? The new words. Chai, it's tea. Garam is hot. Sab means sahab or sir. Locally they call it sab chai. Steaming, extremely hot. Exclaimed, cry out suddenly in surprise. Second paragraph. As soon as the train started moving. So the train started moving. Can you imagine? Pranjal got engaged in reading his detective books. Usually you people do, isn't it? When you get inside the train, what do? You open your storybooks. Or at times you look out from the window. Both the friends were huge fans of detective books, but Rajveer chose to look at the scenic beauty at the moment. There was greenery all round, something Rajveer had never seen before. After the green paddy fields came the tea plantation. As far as he was able to look, only tea bushes were visible, so much so that the narrator compared it to a sea of tea bushes. In the background, there were hills with dense forests. In between the tea plantation, there were orderly rows of tall and strong trees. Now, these trees are planted in between the rows of the bushy tea plants just to hold the soil. Right. In fact, there were hills with dense forest. In between the tea, there were orderly rows of tall and strong trees that were moving because of the wind, and it was an amazing view. Can you all see the view? Can you imagine? Paddy fields, a field where rice is grown, backdrop lie behind or beyond, serve as a background. as far as eyes could see, for a long distance until something is so far and small it cannot be seen anymore. Dwarfing, caused to seem small or insignificant in comparison. Sturdy, strong, amidst means in the middle of. Third paragraph. As the train was moving, next Rajveer saw was an ugly looking building with smoke coming out of it. It was tea garden. Rajveer got excited, but Pranjal, who had seen all of it during his childhood, because he was from Assam only, did not match up to his friend's level of enthusiasm. And friend was from Delhi. Pranjal tells him that they have entered Assam, which is known as the tea country. The state has the maximum number of tea plantation in the world. Billowing means moving or flowing outwards. Concentrating means cluster. Fourth paragraph. Before visiting the tree country, Rajveer read a lot about tea and how it was discovered. There were numerous theories, and one of which was about a Chinese emperor who had a habit of drinking boiled water. Once before a time when he was boiling that water, few leaves or twigs fell into it and it tasted delicious. It said that those leaves were tea leaves. On being asked by Pranjal, Rajveer told another story about an Indian legend named Bodhidharma. He was a Buddhist monk who had cut his eyelids because he used to feel sleepy while meditating. Eventually, tea plants grew out of his eyelids, which, upon consuming after boiling with water, helped in getting rid of sleep. Father Rajbir highlighted few facts that stated that tea dates back to 2700 BC and was first consumed in China. All such words such as chai and chini have originated from Chinese language. Tea was introduced to Europe quite late in the 16th century, where it was considered to have medicinal properties. The new words, ascetic, characterized by severe self-discipline and abstention, form all forms of indulgence typically for religious reason. Banished, get rid of. Sixth paragraph. The train had stopped and the boys reached their destination where they gathered their luggage and boarded the train only to find a platform that was too crowded. Pranjal's parents had come to receive them. Almost an hour they reached Bari, Pranjal's tea garden, after taking a turn and making their way through a cattle ridge. Children, are you following? Can you experience the picture? Clattered, loud noise made by train baskets. Weird, change direction. Seventh paragraph. Their tea garden was stretched upon a vast area of land. All the bushes were cut into same height and they had been taken care of. On the fields, tea pluckers were seen wearing an apron and carrying the bamboo baskets in order to pluck the freshly sprouted leaves. New words, gravel, small rounded stones often mixed with sand, pruned, cut away from a tree. On their way to the fields, Pranjal's father gave way to a tractor that was loaded with tree leaves. On seeing this, Rajveer flaunts its knowledge by mentioning that this is the second sprouting period of the year that lasts from May to July and gives excellent yield. Pranjal's father, who seems impressed, replies that he seems to have done a lot of research before coming. Pranjal, who was excited about learning more about the amazing beverage, showed his intention for the same. The new word: when a plant sends out new growth, second harvest of tea, sprouting period, harvest of tea in a season. There is a picture you can see of the tea garden. All right, children. So that is the end of the chapter. Hope you liked it. You can see the beautiful picture, the mountains and the green lusty mountains, the trees and the tea gardens. The woman, the plant, they are just the tea garden workers. They are plucking the tender leaves and filling the baskets. You can see the baskets also. Right, children? So that's it for today. Let me conclude the class. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter. Glimpses of India. The three parts were very near to you. You could experience it, and it was lovely interacting you with in your live chats. And hope you are all studying. Be safe, be indoors. I will be sharing the PDF of the extra questions, textbook questions you need to do in your notebooks, extra questions you would be writing with the cover page and the index, children. I forgot to mention this. And the extra question answers you need not write. So, goodbye, stay indoors, be positive, my dear loving children. Always be good as you are always. Goodbye.